California to West Africa, coming home at last. Yeah, home at last.
Hey, welcome back, YouTube. How's everyone doing today? Bonjour. So today, I want to share with you a comment that was made to me on my channel, and I don't want you to think this is some kind of I'm going to respond to every hater, because I've earned a few haters in my time on YouTube. And usually when it's the haters, it's always been women. It's always been women. Now, just recently I had a woman come on my channel, and she watched one of my videos about me saying that I never want to take an African woman back to America, or even bring any foreign woman, marry them and bring them back to America. I'm just not going to do it. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And so this woman, when she read that, she basically was saying that I was oppressing Michelle and I was somehow punishing her. Or I really don't know exactly what she was saying, because I don't want to read too much in her comment, but she addressed a comment to Michelle, and she said, "Michelle, run, it's not too late." So basically she was telling, Michelle and I have our daughter. We live in the country of Cote d'Ivoire. We're very happy. All my videos are very happy videos, other than the ones where I talk about the past and my son and what happened to me in America, where it kind of highlights the reason why I come to Africa, right? So then I got this letter. Now this comment. Now I use ChatGPT and I use Gemini a lot to kind of second guess myself, so it can help me explain some things, or help me get my thoughts together, because I'm really bad with my delivery on YouTube. So first of all, this woman, I'm assuming it's a woman. Let's just go with it. It's a woman. We already know it is. She calls herself melanated. Now, first of all, my first off thought was, okay, this woman is highly identified or highly indoctrinated into the political identity politics. She has to tell you that she's melanated, so she has to tell you that she's black. She's proud to be black. And why anyone is proud to be anything that they have no control over just baffles my mind. I'm proud. I'm proud to be 6'2". I'm proud to be white. As soon as they say that, oh, he's a white supremacist, he's a Nazi. All right, so I'm not proud to be white. And neither should anyone be proud to be black. It's so stupid. It's just beyond, it's just so anyway, so this is an indoctrinated person. So I can already just look at the source and go and be dismissive. But now here's the funny part. So she goes on, and by the way, I promote and advocate for interracial relationships and marriages. Okay, no, she doesn't. She promotes and advocates. She's an advocate. She's out there, interracial marriages. No, this is an African woman. I guarantee you this is an African woman who wants a white savior sugar daddy. And that's what she wants. She wants money. She's a gold digger. And she knows that white people here, now listen, the average salary here for a white European or anybody European coming to work in these countries as for gold mines and oil companies, that's what they're here for. Because they're here to steal all the resources from Africa, which is another bit of nonsense. Now these guys, because Africa is not a place that people want to go, let's be honest, it's a hardship tour. Nobody wants to fucking come to live in Africa. So what they do, and also there's safety concerns. So these companies are paying these guys between $100,000 and $400,000 a year, depending on their position. A low-level technician or a low-level non-skilled position is paying over 6 figures. Now you couple that with someone who's got some skills in gold mining or oil rig operations or management. Now you're talking about $400,000 a year. So these white foreigners come down here. Now you can understand why and these are simps. Most of these guys are simps. They come down and they lavish these women with money. I've seen it. This is how they turn these women into prostitutes. Of course, they won't say prostitutes. They'll say they're paid girlfriends. So they get these women in these expat areas. They've been lavished with money. And then they can't go back, and these guys are only down here for short tours. These guys don't come down and live permanently. They come down and live 1 or 2 years, and then they're out. They come down and make a bunch of money, and then they're out. So, and a lot of these guys are married, have families in Europe and France and UK, and then they come down here and have a girlfriend on the side, put her in an apartment. So for an expat like me to come here, I didn't come here. Well, yeah, maybe, yeah, I did come here to take advantage of the economy. I did come down here to find me a village woman. I did come down here to take advantage of the lower cost of living and find a woman that wasn't Americanized and who didn't have a lot of education about American culture. Yes, absolutely I did. That was the whole purpose of coming. I don't want an American woman. Like, I know not all American women are bad. I know that. But it's already a struggle. Listen, for me to travel, I got to get my passport. I've got to have money. I've got to be able to fly. I got to, it is a lot of work to get here. So anyways, then she goes on, but I do not condone exploiting foreign women, lack of Western exposure, used as a weapon of oppression and subjugating them. So she's assuming, this is how these women do. They assume that when you're coming down here, somehow if you marry them, like she's saying that my situation, I'm exploiting Michelle. That's what she's saying. I'm exploiting her. And I'm using it as a weapon of oppression. And I've thought about that. I've thought about this a lot, right? Like, yes, I do not want to take Michelle to the United States. I do not want to take Michelle to a Western country. I do not want Michelle to earn a high amount of money that exceeds mine because of the power imbalance, because I look at the stats. Not that I don't love money. I love money. I would love to make $400,000 a year. Bring it. Can somebody pay me that, please? Pay Michelle. I don't care. But I know that when you do that, when that happens, there is a 75% increase in chance of divorce. Now, I've already had false allegations from my ex in Nigeria because she's connected to American culture. And somebody said to me, oh, well, just because they speak English doesn't mean they're connected to American culture. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. If it's a English-speaking country, everybody's watching American entertainment, keeps track of especially women. In Nigeria, all the women have iPhones. Here, women have iPhones. Another reason I like Michelle is because she's an Android user. If you're fucking using an iPhone, bro, come on. iPhone is garbage. I don't know why people use that phone. It's a stupid operating system. It's anyway, that's neither here nor there. She gave you a child, and you won't even honor the marriage legally with the court, as if signing a legal document is somehow going to honor my commitment with. No. I'm just as committed. I don't need a little piece of paper that says I'm committed to the woman that I had a child with. It's just the face of it. Just and travel with her and get her visa to visit your family in America. My family's gone. Like my mom is getting ready to die. She'll be dead any day now. She's 82. What a family. I don't speak to my sisters. What am I going to take her to see Aunt Dorothy down at? Oh, my aunt just died. Listen, my family is gone. I'm old. There's no family. I want her back. Mom, I want to introduce you to my new woman. Mom was 82 years old. Who? Get the fuck out of here. And she wants legal with the court and travel the world with her. So I'm supposed to. See, this is where the assumption comes in. Because I'm white and I'm older, somehow I've got these endless funds of money. Because she doesn't realize that, hey, Americans are poor too. I just have, and this is amplified down here because so few expats are here in Africa, especially now. There's maybe some black expats, of course, and but they're not accepted here. If you're black and you think you're going to come to the mother country and you think you're not going to get treated the same as white people and get charged foreigner tax, you got another thing coming. I've seen so many channels of black people trying to come to Americans, black Americans. Hey, and you're not African American. You black people from America. If you ain't ever been to Africa, stop using African American. You ain't no damn African American. Ridiculous. Okay, so I live in Africa. I'm an American African then. I'm American African. And I'm a minority here. You know what I mean? Like, I get charged double in foreigner tax. Such bullshit. She deserves to study your cultural heritage and background. She deserves to study. Can you imagine me telling Michelle, hey, I'm going to allow you to study my heritage and my culture? What? This woman is she's just projecting into the whole stereotype thing. So yeah, I came here to subjugate and control an African woman. It's so ridiculous. And then she goes on, then she hits me with a little insult in. She deserves to study your cultural heritage and background, but maybe it's a blessing in disguise. So in other words, I'm a bad guy, and that, she maybe, so anyway, so when I got here to Africa, I got reverse catfished. When I first met Michelle, listen, I met Michelle on afrointroductions.com. Within 1 or 2 hours, I met Michelle. And my discerning eye picked up that she was living in an apartment. We spoke. We immediately went to video chat. She didn't look that cute. The room was dark. She had her natural hair. She wasn't like some of the women I've dated in the past, Trinidad and Tobago, and throughout my life. Okay, so let's be honest. I'll be honest with you. She's not the typical girl that I've dated or woman that I've dated in the past. I've dated some beautiful women. Now, I'm not saying Michelle's not beautiful, but the funny thing is, when she told me I said, what do you do? Her English was very bad. I gathered that she worked in a veterinarian clinic. She was very poor. She made less than $200 a month. She had nothing. I didn't really think she was a doctor. She has her doctorate, but I didn't know she'd been to Ukraine. We talked for just a few months before I got here. So actually I got catfished. Here I was thinking I got this poor, uneducated village woman that I could keep in this country and sort of, have a more traditional relationship. That was my goal. So yeah, I guess I was kind of coming here to impress in a healthy way. I don't know. You can use your own judgment. I don't care what you think about it. And it turns out now, currently, so when I got here, I found out she's got her doctorate. Then she got a job with the Department of Agriculture. She's working as an agent, a public figure. She runs her department now. Within a year, she got promoted to running her whole department. She inspects restaurants and the local farms for health problems, and she can get called out for emergencies. They've had some issues here. So she is, a government official. And she's got a passport. In fact, as we speak, right now, she's in Paris. I'm the one here holding down the fort, budgeting the money, trying to figure out how to make it month to month. And Michelle's traveling for a job, but she's up and seeing the Eiffel Tower up in Paris. Does this sound, and then so it just, this whole weaponizing the oppression and subjugating them, it's just ridiculous. And listen, I'm not flouting our relationship I'm going into my 4th year. This is not a video where a lot of guys from the Philippines and they go out, they travel, and then they think they got a good woman, and they say that within the 6 months, oh, I got a great woman, I've unlocked the code. Oh, women are attracted to me now. Man, I'm now a stud. I'm now a Chad. My relationship with Michelle has only gotten better. We don't have any issues, like zero. Sometimes we have some communication errors, but honestly, it's been going on 4 years now, getting better. Have a child and a happy life. And Michelle's, well, I don't know if Michelle's happy. I'll let her speak for herself. But I'm very satisfied. I don't like living in Africa. It does suck, but I'm acclimated. So I think it is a good alternative to the Philippines. I think that you can come here and have the same success I have. The only problem is that finding a woman here, there are going to be high expectations on you. I would say even more than the Philippines. Now they have expectation of white foreigners there, of course, but I think it's less there than it is here. I think here, like sometimes the pressure's on me so much as a white person. I almost feel like because I get treated with so much respect and courtesy, and my status is so fucking high here. It's ridiculous how high it is. the way I get treated, even though I pay. I found a way to bypass the forwarder tax. I just have Michelle do the shopping. So I avoid those areas that would be frustrating for me and would piss me off. But I also get imposter syndrome. Like, I feel like an imposter sometimes. Like, I have no skills. I don't work at an oil rig company. I'm not a manager. I'm not an accountant. I'm not some skilled high-level manager that can build something, or I'm not rich. I make a very, very modest income. So sometimes I feel sort of pressure, in that regard. But Michelle knows who I am. I discussed with Michelle how much I make. But even with what I earn here, I'm in the top 5%. Because everyone's either poor or has a lot of money here. There's no in between. I'm one of those in between guys. Like, everything's too expensive. I can't go shopping in the expat areas, but I can go to the local clinic and pay cash for, things. But I can buy a big TV and a couch, and I can buy things that most Africans don't have. Most Africans are living in shacks, and if they have something, they have a lot of it. So, yeah. Anyway, so this was my little thing about it. I got reverse catfished. Now, so these stories about Michelle, this is my life. These are happy stories I just want to share because I am sort of proud that I was on the brink of destruction and went through so much in my life. So I like documenting my life, showing how. And listen, and it's not like I'm living an Instagram lifestyle. I'm not out here living the high life and traveling to all these different countries, and I have money to stay in hotels. I got a crying kid in the background. This is not a glamorous life. But I'm very happy and content from looking where I was to where I am now. And if guys can figure it out, I just think these guys that go to the Philippines, listen, I've said it in other videos, I'll say it again. Like, I was out the other day, and I was kind of people watching. Listen, I know white guys aren't going to be attracted to black women, for the most part. There's only people have certain tastes about color of skin. So I understand why why black women are lower on the desirability scale. But I've been with many Philippines, and I've watched many Philippines videos. These African women have way better bodies than Filipinos. Now, the reason why people like to date Asian women is because they look very feminine. I will tell you that African women look a little more masculine. Some of them can look like the men a little bit. Michelle looks like her dad. Like, I see, and Michelle's muscular and she's strong. She's not petite. She was petite when I met her, but now she's had a baby. But so Michelle's strong. And like, I was looking at her back one day, she had like muscles in her back. I'm like, damn, she's like a bodybuilder. So you have to be a masculine. You can't come over here and not be a masculine man. Like, I'm 6'2", 220 pounds. I'm a masculine tall man. So I can offset that, but I certainly understand why some sub-5s and guys that aren't as good looking, or they're older, out of shape. I understand why they would want to go get a Asian female, and then plus they don't have to do any work about. They can speak English and go to the Philippines, and they don't have to be too far away from their Western culture. But the payoff here is even higher status, still low cost of living if you do it right, outside the expat bubble. And, I've seen guys here that are fat and ugly, and they'll have a nice looking wife, or at least an average looking wife. Like, I won't say any names, but let's just say I have a friend who is not the greatest looking guy. Well, he's not really a friend. I just met him once or twice. He's not a super good looking guy. He's older, and his girlfriend is not super good looking in the face. Man, she got a great body. Like, wow. And she loves him. Like, she loves this dude, like, so much. You can just see the relationship is so good. But it looks weird. You're like, okay, she's not the greatest looking. He's out of shape, unattractive, and not a lot of money, but she's got this banging body. I don't know. There's just trade-offs. I don't know why I put all that in there. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying.